Today, I'm here to talk to you about love, and in particular, the way we tend to treat it. Now, most people believe, I think, that love is not necessarily transactional, that there is a quality to it that can be unconditional, especially when you're talking about a mother with a child. That bond is so tight that a mother will always love her child regardless of what that child does. But does this really happen in practice? I mean, beyond the mother-child relationship, is there really not a transactional quality to the way we treat love? Now, I would propose that love in its purest form is non-transactional. That means that love, real love, true love, would not expect anything in return. There would be no need for reciprocation. In fact, reciprocation is not expected because the abundance of love coming from one person who really, truly loves another would love that person regardless of what that person did or did not do in return. Now, let's contrast that to what really happens. Even between a mother and the mother's child, there is often an expectation that the child will behave in certain ways. That expectation of a certain type of behavior is actually a transaction. Maybe the mother expects the child to reciprocate love to her. Or maybe the mother just expects the child to behave in ways that are appropriate in mixed company or with the family or with her or with even strangers. And when those expectations are broken, when the child does not behave the way that the mother expects, well then, often there are consequences, which the child probably does not interpret as very loving. And we've heard the term tough love, that, you have to be tough in order to show the child the right way to go. And although there may be some truth to that in our egoic way of looking at things, I would propose that true love, real love, knows how to elicit the proper action from a child without being tough, without being stern, without being unloving. So, love as we treat it is often transactional. This is very common among people who are dating, courting, maybe hoping to get married someday, or just have a long-term relationship. Even within the marital bond, there's transactional love that occurs. You can see this in pretty much any couple when there's nagging, there's flare-ups, anger between the two. Often it's over some stupid little thing like who left the toothpaste cap off, or somebody didn't put the toilet seat down. And those are just minor examples. Then there's a whole range of other examples of areas where behavior is expected from one party, and yet the two parties are supposed to truly love each other. That's not love. That is a transaction. That is, I love you as long as you're doing what I expect you to do. And when you don't do what I expect you to do, I'm going to make sure you hear about it, damn it. Because you need to get your shit together. That is not love. Love is having no expectation of the other having any kind of performance. So not expecting a certain type of performance, not expecting a reciprocation of any kind. I don't know anybody personally who expresses that kind of love. I've heard about maybe a couple of people that have expressed that type of love, but I've never met anybody personally that does. So it's common for us to believe that the only kind of love that exists is transactional. But that is not love. That is not really love. That's just the ego trying to get its fill, trying to fill a void in itself that a person doesn't think they can fill without another. And the reality is that nobody can fill the void of love that you have within yourself. The only person who can do it is you. And is actually only once you completely fulfill that need for love within yourself that you can truly love another. And the ultimate test of whether you actually truly love another is that you don't choose to love one person over another. Is that your love is equal among everybody that you come into contact with, even those who treat you badly. That's what real love is. It has no expectation for reciprocation. It has no expectation for certain types of behavior. It accepts all. It even accepts being tortured and killed and still loving the person doing the torture and the killing. So, most of us are a long way from truly loving. And when you expect somebody to give you unconditional love, realize that you got to start showing it yourself. You've got to start showing unconditional love yourself. And good luck with that. It ain't going to happen until you actually love yourself completely and can let it flow, not just to one person, not just your lover, not just your child, but even to your enemies. Anybody who you think is against you. When you can love those people like you love somebody very close to you, not necessarily romantically, but love them in a way that you don't feel any harm toward them, that you wish them the best, and you have no interest in hurting them. And you're patient with them. and you allow them to do as they want to do, even though you may disagree with it. And don't try to control them. That's when you're starting to exhibit real love. And getting away from that transactional love that we're so used to. So, learn to love yourself. That's all I have for today.